Welcome to Woodshop 101. This is episode 109 for December 11th, 2017. On today's show, we're going to give you guys some Christmas ideas for that special woodworker in your life. I'm Jeremy Crawford of the Countryside Workshop, and I am joined as always by my co-hosts Sam Wooddell of Samurai Designs and Drew Short of Rockin' H Woodshop. What's going on?
Hey!
How are you guys?
I missed you.
I know, we haven't talked
for so
a
long.
while. I think
Well,
our last
we
episode.
have talked.
Well, I mean,
not
we
on
haven't.
here.
Yeah, and I think our last episode was somewhere around like Thanksgiving or something, maybe before before Thanksgiving.
Crazy.
So, yeah, it's been crazy.
So
Yeah,
we're thankful because we haven't had to record in a long time.
But we are super thankful for our patrons: Michael Brindle, Devin, Richter, Sean McHenry, Derik, Ledesma, Carl Mose, Neil Sims, and
Rustin,
come on, y'all,
Coziahr.
Rustin, Coziahr. You guys threw in a new one, and I didn't even see it before the show started, and I didn't have time to practice the name. Thanks a lot.
Look, Rustin's like our highest contributor. He's up there in like the $20 level.
Well, he's awesome.
Woohoo!
And I'm so sorry for not pronouncing your name properly. But if you would like to support the show, you can head over to woodshop101podcast.com/listen and find the show notes for today's episode. And there will be links for small one-time donations and reoccurring donations. If you want to become a patron of our Patreon campaign, then head over to patreon.com/woodshop101. You can buy a Woodshop 101 podcast t-shirt, an amazing comfy hoodie, or a Rev Marker pack. Head over to countrysideworkshop.com/shop for the link. And I was wearing my sweatshirt earlier today, but I don't want to get it all ruined in the paint. It is so comfortable. Like, let me tell you.
It is.
It is so soft. So definitely go check them out.
Matter of fact, that could be one of our gift ideas.
Yeah.
We also have the limited edition shirt that you have until the 31st. Yeah, the 31st of December to actually, it'll probably end up being around like the 2nd of January before Jute Mode actually takes it down. But go pick up the limited edition green t-shirt.
Yes. Go get it.
I myself actually picked one of those shirts up, and it's just added to my 2 blues and my 2 grays, and now I got this charcoal hoodie. Man, I'm geared up for Woodshop 101.
Oh, there you go.
So, today we're going to talk about Christmas ideas. We each kind of put together a list of all of us, just kind of what has been useful in the shop. And hopefully we didn't duplicate anybody's list or items. So, I guess we'll start with you, Jeremy. Do you have specific items on your list?
I do.
And what price ranges do we have?
I don't have them broken up in price ranges. We didn't all go that in depth, Drew, like you did.
Yeah, I know. I was like, damn, he outdid me.
Yeah.
Like, big time.
Well, here, look, y'all all outdid me. I have them on a note card. So, so let me see. Let me pick a good one. So my first one, I'm gonna go with the Stabilo all white pencil. These are around like $4 on Amazon, and they're like an all white charcoal pencil. So I love them because they absolutely write on just about everything. They'll write on metal, they'll write on wood, and what I like about it is they'll write on both your dark wood and your lighter colored wood. You'll be able to see it. Of course, I still usually use a regular mechanical pencil for when I'm using like a lighter, a blonde wood. But definitely like your walnut and stuff like that, it works perfect. And it's not just like a regular white colored pencil. So it shows up and the line stays there and it's very crisp. So Stabilo all white pencil would be my first one. What about
Nice.
Sam? What do you got?
Are we going like stocking stuffers first?
It doesn't matter.
Round robin.
All right. I'm going to go with that rigid hand trim router. I have been eyeing that forever. I hear great things about it. And like it's on my Christmas list, so I thought maybe you guys could put it on your Christmas list. But that's one thing that it's on my Christmas list, and I hear it's great. But one thing that I have that I love are my Incra squares. We use them all the time. They're really precise. They're really nice. They're heavy duty. So that's mine right now. So.
Nice.
And the Gator Micro Zip. I just got one this week, and let me tell you, that thing is like amazing. I was like I was kind of like, we'll see, because it's kind of small, but it's great. So that is great, and it's only $10. So that's a great stocking stuffer idea.
That comes with like 3 different grits, right?
It comes with 80, 120, and 220, and it's 30 sheets. And all you do is Velcro it on the thing. And the handle that you guys hold is rubber, like a styrofoam type squishy, so it won't hurt your hand. And you can just go to town. Like, I could sand everything now. So I use it for our corners.
Okay, awesome. I got some stuff to get sanded, so I'll send it to you. Just sand it, send it back to me.
I'll do a couple of them. I'll clean your blades, though. I'll clean your blades. Send me your blades. I'll clean them.
Awesome. There we go. So if anybody's Christmas list is you need somebody to clean blades, send them to Sam.
I know. Yes, send them on.
We're going to start the Samurai Designs blade cleaning service.
Yes. Perfect. I love it. I could do it all the time.
So, all right, Drew. What do you got?
Well, I did a lot of my list based out of Home Depot, just so it's a one-stop shop for just about everybody. So one of the things that I found for a good stocking stuffer are like the medium and large trigger clamps, because everybody keeps saying that, clamps are expensive and they just can't really afford to buy a whole bunch of them. But usually around Christmas time, you can find some clamps that are still pretty useful. And DeWalt actually put out these clamps. They're in a 4-pack, so you get 2 small, or excuse me, 2 medium and 2 large. And they're kind of like the Irwin Quick Grips kind of setup. So they're like $30 right now on sale. Normally they're about $35, but it's a nice set if you like to have a clamp that's easy to operate with one hand. And that's a good starter pack to kind of get your clamp, I guess your, what do you call it, collection? Yeah, there you go. Clamp collection going.
Yeah. I think I just am going to put those in my basket. I will have to say I have some of the DeWalt ones along with the, what are those ones you just said, Drew? Irwin. Yeah. I have a bunch of those. Well, Gramps has a bunch of those. And I love the DeWalt one. So I'm going to pick that up because that's a good, I think I bought mine for like $15, $16 and it was a big one. So that's a good deal right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that I find handy that I use a lot in the shop are utility knives. But I keep some in my drawer that are just plain Jane utility knives, but sometimes I take some to work. And I found a 3-pack knife set that has 2 utility knives that are lock blade, so they fold up like a pocket knife. And then it does have a normal pocket knife with like a serrated edge that you can just take anywhere, I guess. But, it's a 3-pack for $10. And I use utility blades for cross-cutting grain on plywood so I don't splinter it out. And because it's a really fine tip blade, I can run it right along my straight edge, and it's going to be pretty accurate. So I always keep one of those on my belt or in my pocket just so I can easily grab it and not have to hunt for anything, because my other utility blades are just in my drawer in my assembly table cabinet. So I highly recommend having some kind of utility blade on you at all times in your shop. It's always handy.
Yeah, I've quite a few. I like the ones that kind of flip out like a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Like the lock blade ones. I have several of those. Let's see, my next one, I'm going to actually recommend the 3M 6500 QL respirator. And that's the respirator. It's got a quick release function on the mask. So you can pull it up and the whole mask will just kind of drop down. So if you need to talk real quick or take a drink of something, and then you just literally push the little lever back up, or you pull the lever back down and it raises the mask up and seats it right back where it's at. And with that, I'm going to recommend the organic vapor cartridges that go with it. It's not going to be your particle filters. It's going to be for purely fumes. It'll be like an activated charcoal. So if you're doing a lot of like your finishes, that's the one that I choose to wear when I spray or when I'm doing brushing or wipe on or something like that. And I think they're right around like $25 for the respirator, and then the organic vapor I think is like $8 or $9, and they last quite a while, especially if you keep them protected from all the particles from like your regular woodworking. So, what about you, Sam? What else you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go big time.
Ooh,
gifts
big time.
right here.
Big time.
So I highly recommend the Timberland Pro boots. I love mine.
Ooh, yeah,
they're so
that's a good
comfortable.
one.
I mean, you can wear them in the shop, you can wear them out of the shop, so it's kind of like a double gift, kind of. They're clothes and gear. Also, I wish they had a women's line, but I would wear some of the men's stuff. So if you have a lady woodworker, some of the flannels in the men's section, totally. But their gear is awesome. Their shoes are super comfortable. So I highly recommend those. And then another one big ticket item, which is kind of like a really big ticket item. We have a couple of tables in our shop, but we need another system for clamping stuff down. Just the bench dogs that we have around the edges of our one bench isn't enough. So the armor tool bench is one of those big ticket items that is doing the job and is really cool because you can buy all these attachments to go with it. So it's a gift that you can continue to get stuff for the woodworker. They have bundle packages and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that. So those are my two big ticket items.
Awesome.
Now you need like a medium ticket item.
Yeah.
I have one more. Well,
Drew,
the trim router is the middle one.
There you go.
So the trim router, is that trim router, are you wanting the 18 volt or the
18 volt. It's like the little baby one.
Yeah. I think I've been
and not the battery operated. I want the cord because I have a couple people that have a battery operated one and it's just not doing the job. So
yeah, like there's
I really want it.
There's times that I want the battery operated one, but
yeah,
I would say my next router to buy, because I only have a 2.25 horse DeWalt and I love it.
Look, watch. He's going to pull out his battery operated one and turn it on.
Yeah.
You know what, Drew?
I have this one, and for people that say the battery operated one don't work, if you take a normal battery, throw it away or use it on something else, and get you a high capacity battery like these 4 amp hours, these suckers are stout and they last a long time. So that would probably be a recommendation if you are going to get a battery operated one, is to upgrade it to a high capacity battery. Suckers nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have some 4 amp batteries from Rigid.
I don't think I have any.
I mean, I see where Sam's going. Like, I don't have a trim router, so the next router I get is going to be a trim router, and it's going to be corded, just for the fact of not having one. But I will eventually get the 18 volt, because especially in the last month, I've identified a need to have one that doesn't have a cord. But it won't be for any of my heavy hitting operations. So
I know. I walk by it at Home Depot.
So do I, and I'm always like, I'll get it next time.
Yeah,
probably the next time I'm just gonna throw it in my basket.
Super cheap, over Black. There was a sale on it a while ago, and I should have just picked it up, and I didn't. Whatever.
That's usually how I do.
So put that on your Christmas list.
That's pretty much what I've done with my kids' Christmas. Is I should have bought it, and now it's not on sale anymore, and I got to pay twice as much.
Awesome. Yeah.
It seems to have happened.
You always wait
to
till
me.
it's too late.
Yeah, it seems to have happened to me.
Or they're sold out, and then you're like, oh crap, should have just bit the bullet and got it then.
Yep. All right, Drew, what else you got on your list?
Well, when it comes to on the site job stuff, getting your tools from one place to another is kind of difficult. So I found this job box. It's a mobile job box, 35-inch, made by Husky, and you can use it as a workbench as well. It's not super tall whenever it's laying down, but for $50 you can put a whole bunch of tools in there. And they actually make another one too. I didn't get a price on it, but it's a little deeper. So if you're carrying around a lot of battery operated tools with you too, you can kind of upgrade to that one. But I always have issues if I'm going places, how to keep all of my corded, all of my battery operated stuff, and any hand tools that I got to take. I don't have a bag or a box for it, and that particular box is something I wish I had. So it kind of looks like a piece of luggage. If you look at it.
I looked at it. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And it has a nice handle that you can pull.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna give out two because they kind of go hand in hand, and they're so I recommended the 3M while ago for a respirator. But I'm gonna turn around. I'm also gonna recommend the RZ mask. That's to me a lower hitting price point. You can get them anywhere between $25-$30. I use that for my particle respirator, and I love it. It's comfortable to me, and I find myself wearing it a little bit more because it's a little bit easier to just throw on when you're not thinking about it. However, if I'm doing long operations of needing it, I will change to the 3M 6500 with a particle filter, just because I find it actually keeps out a little bit more of the dust. But especially for like my turning operations, things like that, when I'm wearing my face shield, my 3M won't fit under it, and that RZ mask is a must. It's a go-to because it's low profile. It fits under that face shield. It doesn't start rubbing on you. It's very comfortable. It stretches a little bit. So definitely go pick up one of those if you don't have one. And at one point they were giving them away for free. If you all you had to do is pay $9 for shipping. I'm not entirely sure if they're still doing that. So you might need to Google it around and try to figure it out. But pick up one of those. I'm also going to recommend, on the same aspect of safety, is ISO-tunes.
Oh, man.
That was my next one.
Awesome. Well, I'm stealing it, and we can all talk about it. Right, so I love my Bluetooth ISO-tunes Pro. If they're what, $79, $89, something like that. If that's not in your price point and you want to get into that and see what the quality of ISO-tunes is, pick up the wired. They're right now, and I'm going to order them probably today before they go off sale. I think they go off sale December 31st. They're $39 right now, or $29. I don't remember, but they're going to jump up another $10 or $15 once the sale ends. And if I remember right, they go through the end of the year. So get the wired pair if you're trying to get into a lower price point. I'm picking up the wired pair simply because I want to use them here recording the podcast instead of my Apple little cheap earbuds that come with the phones. So,
if I'm not mistaken, don't they have a higher decibel rating? Isn't it 1 decibel higher that it can block out?
2. It's a 29, and I think the ones that the pros are a 27.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
So, all right.
Nice.
Well, Sam, I know you said you had one left, and I'm pretty sure I just took it. So shoot off the head.
I have one more.
Okay.
Well, I have one more. The Carhartt coveralls. If you have a shop out in the garage, they're nice and warm. They have pockets in the front. Even if you work on a job site, those would be great. And they have great jackets too, and hats and stuff like that. So that was mine. And then I was going to say, with that, you could get your ISO-tunes, but somebody stole it. I I'll just go with that. But also, I got the Sam Pro Tool template and moisture. Well, I haven't ordered the moisture gauge yet, but I'm going to. But I was talking to them the other day, and it's great. The template thing is really cool because sometimes you need like an awkward shape, and you just push it up, and it matches it perfectly. And me and my grandpa were playing around with it, and it's built really nicely. It's not expensive, and it's nice to have, so then you can, see what that funny shape was and use it for a template. So yeah, and we don't have a moisture gauge, so it would be nice to have one. So it's in my box or my cart on Amazon, but there was only one left the other day, so I don't know if I'll end up getting it. But if there's one left, it will be coming to me. So I recommend.
What was that again, real quick? Let me look on Amazon. What was that?
No, you can go order it, and then it will be like, sorry, this item is no longer available in my cart, and I'll be like, Jeremy, bought it before I could get it. But it's really cool, and it's really nicely made. So, you know what? Maybe you should have put it on your Christmas list.
Maybe I should. But you're giving me my Christmas list right now. I haven't bought for myself this year yet, so.
I know. I haven't bought anything for myself yet either. I want a Carhartt jacket.
All right, Drew,
All right.
What do you got?
Well, I guess probably by the time I read all this, it'll probably be time to wrap up. But these two are going to go hand in hand. Under $50, there is a Porter Cable 18-volt brad nailer that is on sale at Home Depot right now. And if you're wanting to get into using air tools, especially when it comes to assembling projects, a lot easier than a brad nailer is something that you should have in your arsenal. Usually get one that can fire probably about 5/8 to an inch and I think it's like 1.25 inches nail. And to power that gun for under $100, they have on sale a Porter Cable pancake air compressor. And I actually bought one of those about 2 years ago for my assembly table. And it fits in a nice tight space. So if you wanted to make a cabinet to house air compression in it, that pancake air compressor would be perfect. And then you can use it for any kind of air-driven tools that you want, within reason, of course. So that is something that I am glad that I installed in this table was airports. Okay.
Airports.
Something that I could power my air compressed tools. And then
hang on, I want to jump on that one real quick, and I'm going to recommend a piece to go with that, because Todd Clippinger of the American Craftsman Workshop recommended it to me 2 years ago. And change out the drain valve on the bottom of the tank. Take the little screw valve off. That thing's a piece of junk. And Porter Cable makes one. I have the Boss Stitch one, and it's awesome. But it's a little $5 valve, and it's a ball valve. So you screw it in, and then whenever you want to drain it, you simply just turn the little lever, and it releases the ball valve. Literally, I think I paid $5 for it. I think he said he uses the Porter Cable one, I think. And he likes it just as well. So if you're going to get the pancake compressor, go ahead and spend the extra $5 and change out the drain valve.
Nice.
So what else you got, Drew?
Probably the thing that I want to recommend for anybody that's in DIY or getting into woodworking is the Craig pocket hole jig. It's about $100, and right now I think it's the K4 model that Home Depot has on sale for $100. I mean, you can upgrade if you want the K5, but something just to get started with the pocket hole jig is a must, especially if you're just now getting into woodworking. So,
that's great.
Also get a bunch of screws.
Yes, and don't get them at Home Depot. Order them on Amazon. The box is huge, and it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
to go with your pancake. That. Yes, we did. To go with your pancake thing, real quick, because I know we got to wrap up. But like, you made me so jealous this morning with your like bacon egg or your egg cheese breakfast thing you made, and you're talking about pancakes. Yeah. Now you're making me hungry for breakfast. Like, thanks a lot. I was like, gosh, did you see his?
So
if anyone goes on
what
to
part of recommending are you doing there? Like,
nothing.
take your loved one out to breakfast. There we go. There we go.
Take your loved one out to breakfast. But
get pancakes.
You know, the pancake thing, and then I was like, ugh, dang, Drew, he had a good breakfast too. And now all I'm thinking about is that egg cheese casserole and pancakes. So, thanks.
Follow my Instagram, people. You'll see.
Follow his Instagram and you'll see it. So.
All right. Well, let's see. I got a couple more items on mine. I would recommend if you're doing any kind of podcasting, voiceover, whatever you do on the computer with, and you need a microphone, I'm going to recommend the Blue Yeti. And blue's the brand. It's not necessarily the color. And right now, like, I've seriously considered like buying a new one and selling this one because they have so many awesome colors now. They only had silver when I ordered, and now they have like red and blue and black and navy blue and like khaki and all these other crazy colors. They have, and so
I got gold.
What's that?
I have the gold, but they must have just come out with all those colors because they weren't. There was only gold, silver, and black.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of colors now. I'm also going to recommend, if you are into wood turning or want to get into wood turning, check out the Easy Wood tools. I have their full size lineup, but you can get anywhere from like their little pin tools, which are very short, all the way up to their Pro line, and I think their Pro line is like 20 something inches long. So it gives you a lot of leverage. I have those and several traditional tools, and I still find myself going back to my Easy Wood tools almost every single time because of the ease of use, and they're carbide, so they don't dull near as fast, and I can usually cut some of my harder woods on the lathe with it. So that's what I'd recommend. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We don't want to keep you guys too much longer through the holiday season because we're having a pretty difficult time getting together. We got a lot of going on. So go check out the show notes. There will be links for everything that we've talked about, and there will be some links potentially for other products that we've had on our list that didn't have a chance to talk about. And this is going to be our last full show for the year. I think we've hammered pretty hard all year long, and we're going to take some time off, enjoy it with our loved ones. I'm going to be doing some traveling here in a week. So I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. If you don't hear from me between now and then, if you don't hear from me, it's because you're not following me on Instagram. just saying here. But anyway, Drew, if you want to give contact information, and we'll get out of here.
Okay. So basically, if you want to get a hold of any one of us, you can visit our respected websites. Jeremy is countrysideworkshop.com. I myself is rhwoodshop.com, and Sam is samryandesigns.com. There's contact information there just by clicking on the link. You can fill out any information, back questions, concerns, what have you. And you can also follow Woodshop 101. You can send an email kickback. The email address for that is kickback@woodshop101podcast.com. Also, don't forget our voicemail, which is 409-234-3959. Alternative, you can do a voice memo and send it to the email I just listed. And we'll be happy to put you on air, answer your questions, give you some feedback, give us some feedback, whatever. We love it. So, as Jeremy said, we want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will talk to you guys in 2018. So from Jeremy, Sam, and myself, we want to wish you guys well. Please be safe in your shops, and we will talk to you on the next podcast episode next year. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Boom!